defensive staff was shuffled in the offseason, now it's February. What prompted that, and what has been the response and the progress from both players and from the defensive coaches?
Well, the first thing is, I thought long and hard about it, and in today's football, you got to make a lot of adjustments during a game, and you have to make a lot of spur-of-the-moment things where you have the right way to do something, but all of a sudden a team does something different, and you need to be able to tweak a blitz or be able to bring pressure or be able to change something. And I just felt, being with the defensive line, you're not with the 2/3 of your defense at all times, and all the other times that I coordinated, or most of the other times I coordinated, I was with the linebackers, I was in the middle, and I just felt that was the best way for it to go. We also felt very, very strongly that in today's football, with so many spread offenses, you need two guys in the back end, and that was really a big part of it. That, you know, there's some times where we have 6 defensive backs on the field, and you can't ask one person to coach 6 guys that are all a little bit different, and so it was something I felt was important for us to do.
And what's been the response from players? And
it's been tremendous. First of all, every coach, accepted it with open arms, because it was not anything to do with how anybody was being coached or anything like that. It never had anything to do with that. It was about making our defense better, and what was the best way to make our defense better. We felt that's what it was. Mark Smith's done a tremendous job with the defensive line. I see tremendous growth in them, and obviously I'll always watch the defensive line because I've been with them for a long time. I'm really excited about that, and then to see Roy and Kurt in the back end, that was really needed. That was something I think we really had to do, and they get so much more individual attention. Now let's just hope we don't screw up the linebackers. That's the biggest thing. So, but it's going good.
Greg, Brendan Byron mentioned a little bit ago that kind of experience is helping the defense this year, but he said that there was a little bit more attention as far as like walkthroughs. Was it a conscious effort for you to kind of be more, I guess, precise? Is that the right word? But just the difference in their approaches here, it seems like he says that everything's just kind of clicking right now.
Well, I think, one of the big things that Brendan's probably talking about is that, again, we feel very strongly about the young men we have. And so as a coach, what you have to do is make sure that everything you're teaching them that they understand. So we're all on the same page when we're out there. And if we get these young men to go at the level they should and will, then you're going to have something exciting. And that's the way we feel. And so, we have done a lot more walkthroughs to make sure everybody's on the same page, to make sure that we're going at the top speed, and I think that's what he meant.
Coach, fan shows up at the stadium on Saturday, and he's watching the defense. How would you expect him? What differences would you expect him to see over last year that jump out?
I would expect them to see guys playing at a faster pace, not because they're faster, but because they're older and more experienced. People don't realize, that even though you're a sophomore and playing, you're still really young. And, I know this summer, for example, I was looking at some tape, and it was the Notre Dame game. It was right in the middle of the Notre Dame game. And I stopped the tape, and I counted them, and I think there were 10 underclassmen with 2 years or more left out there at that time. You don't ever think of that as a coach. But now, when you see them a year older, you see the things you used to coach so hard with them, they do naturally. And so I would think you would see a lot freer, a lot more aggressive, a lot, guys just doing it rather than, okay, boy, he's got to do this perfect or he's got to step this way perfect. It now comes time just to play more.